Good afternoon. It is time to get started. Hello there, Elric. You are definitely first and already with the boozinate and the hydrate. So let's start with that. How are you doing today, Elric? Good to see you here. All right. Got the Hop Rising Double IPA today. There we go. Good start for a stream right here. Delicious. All right, and we'll start with some hydration as well. Plus, I just finished a coffee, so I'm ready to go. I had a good nap before stream, so I'm nice and rested. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's take down the starting soon screen, and let's jump right into our career save game right here. So where we left this off last week, we had just sent our ship over to rescue a couple of Kerbals, one of them on the surface of Minmus. I can't recall, did we actually go down to rescue that one? We're going to double check. There was also one in orbit of Minmus that we rescued. However, both of those want us to pick up the capsule as well. See, that's just, yeah, those are launch clamps left on the launch pad. They'll be cleared soon. We haven't brought them home yet, though, because before we get home, we will get to our Eeloo transfer window, which is coming up in just 5 days. And we're also very close to the probe that's already on the way to Eeloo doing a transfer burn. Another thing that we have been running into is communications difficulties. We're sending things far enough out now that some of them we're losing communication with. So we need to address the communications array issue. We need to send up some more communications satellites. And the main thing that we're looking at today is replacing our aging space forklifts. They're not up to the task anymore. Not the big craft that we're pushing around in space. So we're going to make a new one today, and it's going to be powered by atomic rocket motors. So it's going to be a bigger, heavy-duty space forklift. So that's going to be coming up very soon here today. Yeah. So let's look at our notifications as well. Yeah, we did rescue both of them. So yeah, here we go. Obtain Google's scrap complete. Really? Oh, because we this is because we got close enough to it that the game considers us the owner of that ship. We haven't retrieved it yet, though, so we can dismiss that. We've saved Google Kerman. That's one that was redeemed, I think, by Twiglet. Yeah, Twiglet. Both of these were Twiglet redeems, I believe. And Google Kerman is now part of our crew. So is the Warden Kerman. Yeah, recover the Warden and the Warden scrap. Okay, save the Warden Kerman is complete, but not recover the scrap. So yeah, the recovery is one of the parameters for our design of the new space forklift. We want it to be able to land and retrieve items from the surface of Minmus at least, and hopefully also the moon. So those are some of our design parameters. In the meantime, we need to prepare for this this launch to Eeloo. So what we should do now, we should take a look at the probe that we already have on the way to Eeloo first. And let's see, anything else on the way to Eeloo right now? No? Okay. But Eeloo is the farthest planet out. Let's just switch to this ship here and then inspect it. Pete Venkman, first but not really. Welcome, Pete Venkman. Hey, okay, so since we've got a couple fellow Kerbal players out here, did you guys see the announcement about Kerbal Space Program 2? We actually have a release date for early access of February 24th of next year. Yep. So that's a whole thing. So yeah, I'm very confident that we can actually make it to our end game goal in plenty of time before that, and then do some Kerbal Space Program 2 streams next year. All right, it looks like what we've got here, and we do have a signal all the way back to Kerbal, thank goodness. Why don't our other ones though? That's frustrating. But yeah, we've got our standard previous generation probe with an orbiter and a lander. So what we should send now is a scanner. That's what we should send, a scanning satellite. And we also want to send one of those to Minmus. So all right, let's go back to the Space Center. And let's pick up ScanSat Supreme and make the fourth one. And that's one that we have on the way to Moho, but it doesn't have any signal. So, and I'm not sure we're going to get signal back to that one. We'll see. But yeah, let's head into the vehicle assembly building. And let's take a look at the ScanSat Supreme, named for Supreme Doom, one of my moderators. All right. Under S, there we go. Yeah, let's grab ScanSat Supreme 3, which is headed towards Dres right now. And we're going to rename it to ScanSat Supreme 4. We've got 3 of these ComSats on there. We want to put even more, because we're sending this thing very far, all the way out to Eeloo. So I think yes we do. And I think also we want to upgrade the solar panels on this thing, because it's going to be very far away from the sun, and the farther away you get from the sun, the less electricity you get out of the solar panels, because they are not absorbing as much solar energy. So let's pull the launcher off so that we don't have to worry about that fairing. And let's take that and go into communications. And here's the biggest communications dish that we have available to us right now. Let's pull the solar panels off as well. And let's put 3 of these on. Like that, and I don't like how it's clipping through there. It's not quite on straight. There we go. That actually looks really good. And then we can put solar panels on the external tanks. Or are those designed to eject? Let's make sure that we don't... Okay, those are not designed to be jettisoned. We don't want to be jettisoning our solar panels. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have the radioactive thermo generator yet. Thermoelectric generator. So yeah, we need to use our solar panels. And let's go ahead and go with, let's see, the Gigantor, the huge one. I don't think we've used it yet. It gives us up to a 24.4 electric charge per second. This one does 8.3, 1.6. Yeah, the one we're using only gives us up to 1.6. So what does this one look like? Let's extend that. Okay, that's a good looking one. That's like the one that's on the Juno spacecraft. Yeah, let's go with that. I like it. And retract. Okay. And yeah, this thing is going to have some pretty impressive communications range. So maybe sending something like this way out there will also help with the relaying a signal to our other existing spacecraft. So let's put that on there. And I think we don't have a camera on the outside of this. Yeah, let's put one there while we're thinking about it. Let's put it right here. Like that. I think that'll be good. And then we get a nice view down the side of the rocket. Let's double check our staging since we removed and replaced the launcher. So we've got our main engine, we've got the launch clamps, we've got the 4 boosters. Let's see, these are the separator motors and those are the decouplers. Very good. That decouples from the main stage. And then we got our upper stage engine. I should turn the anti-aliasing back on. The in-game anti-aliasing as that will let us highlight through parts. I'm gonna try to remember that before last time, or next time. All right, yeah, and that's our upper stage engine, our fairing, and then this is the spacecraft itself. Okay, well, that's the nuclear engine and the spacecraft. All right, I like it, and we're gonna name this ScanSat Supreme 4, headed for Eeloo, and save that. And now let's delete the previous iteration. There we go. Yep, this is now our working model for this. So what we need to do is first off, it's not super urgent that we bring the Warden and Google Kerman home, so they can wait in orbit for another week. So yeah, let's go ahead and launch. Let's just do it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna let 5 days pass, so that will continue to well, that'll get us to our launch window. We've definitely let enough time pass for our own personally imposed rule, our house rule, that we let 2 weeks at least pass between launches. So there we go. Now we've got those. I guess I accidentally clicked that last time. But yeah, we need 5 days to pass, so let's just do it from here. Warp to the next. And let's also pull up the mission planning tool. All right, I'm gonna put this where I can see it too, not just the stream. There we go. And let's see, what is we want? Yep, here we go. We're on Universal Time. So what we need to do is set this for year 5, day 318. There we go. So this is a depiction of where the planets are in relation to the sun right now. And now we want to set our destination to Eeloo, the farthest planet out, generate sequences. Once again, we're not doing any flybys or any gravity assists here. We're just going straight to Eeloo. So let's generate, let's see, earliest departure would be today. Year 5, day 318. Might as well put hour 2 on there because we're coming up on that. And let's see, this would be put day 320 on there. And 150, there we go. And let's search for the most optimum trajectory. And there it is. Our total delta V will be 4 kilometers per second. We have, this says 8.5 kilometers per second. That's because of the gravity currently. But it will actually be significantly more than that. But that's about what we're going to have when we get out of Kerbin's sphere of influence. So okay, so yeah, they want us to go basically in 1 hour, in about 45 minutes. So that's perfect. We get our Kerbin escape. We have our deep space maneuver and our circularization, and we will arrive there in 3 years. So yeah, it's gonna be a while. It takes a while to get out to the farthest planet, and we're actually going to reach it when it's on its closest to the sun. So yeah, Eeloo crosses orbits with Joule. So yeah, that will work just fine. Let's go ahead and take that down for now. Delete and close. There we go. And is it really the middle of the night? Yes, I guess it would be. All right, so yeah, middle of the night is perfect because we're going out away from the sun. So we want to be on the opposite side of Kerbin from the sun. So let's go ahead and let's time warp just a little bit more, about 30 minutes. That will do right there. Perfect. All right, our throttle is up, our stability assist is on. Let's look down the side of the rocket right here. We don't need that. We want our flight recorder though. Altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure all being logged. Okay, I think we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Everything is looking normal. Vehicle is supersonic. We have maximum aerodynamic pressure. On solid motor burnout. Yeah, we're going fast. Look at the reentry effects on ascent. There we have SRB burnout and a clean separation. There we go. Look at that. Coming up next on main engine cutoff. And yeah, we're putting our apoapsis pretty high, but it's not really a big deal. We're actually going to go direct ascent. Main engine cutoff, stage separation, second engine start. Let's point right at the horizon here, pitch right down to 0. And second engine cutoff, and let's go ahead and coast to our apoapsis. Let's also separate our fairing. There we go. We don't need this anymore. Right. Yep. Of course, it's very dark because we're launching it in the middle of the night. All right, and second engine start number 2. Let's also, before we forget, deploy our solar panels. Our big guys. Okay, let's clean this up too. We don't need to be showing all of our relays, for example. There we go. Periapsis is rising. And yeah, we're just going to go straight for an escape. There we have a good orbit. There's our periapsis right there. And as we pass a circular orbit, that's going to be now our apoapsis, because we are now at our periapsis. Go ahead and speed the game up just a little bit as well. And yeah, look at that. We have over 12 kilometers per second of delta V remaining. Now that we are no longer on the surface and in an atmosphere. All right. There's our escape. We're going to escape in 9 days at this rate, but let's come out here. Let's turn off all of these as well. There we go. Look at that. that's some of the debris from our Pork 4 ship that exploded a couple months ago. And let's compare to this here. It looks like we're already oriented pretty well. Okay, so we want right about here is where we want to reach Eeloo. So let's go ahead and turn the engine back on. And yeah, our apoapsis is going to come down about to here. And then we're going to plan our correction maneuver right about here, according to the mission planner, which we're using as our basic outline for this mission. We're about to run out of fuel for this stage. All right, stage separation. And atomic motor is started. There we go. More space junk for Kefri Bezos to clean up. Oh man, I need some water. Here we go. I'm gonna have some water while we burn. Alright, yeah, this is looking really good. It's looking very comparable to our plans here. Let's actually set this as our target as well. There we go. And yeah, we've got an inclination we're going to have to fix. All right. Almost done with this burn. I've slowed the game down to real time to watch this. There we go. That will do. Okay, so let's zoom out just a little bit. Actually, let's burn just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so now we need to plan our correction burn. So that will be, if I look at that, we're going to put it right here and then adjust as needed. So yeah, and that's coming up in just over 1 year. So add a maneuver. And just out of curiosity, when does this suggest our... This says that we would be 1 year and 62 days in. Okay, so yeah, that's really close. Very close. All right. So let's actually move it. Just a touch. There we go. Very close to where that is recommending we do it. And let's see, what did it say we would be doing there? We would be doing a little bit of prograde, a little bit of anti-normal, and a little bit of radial in. Okay, so if we go like this, it was about 300 meters per second each. And that's a Joule encounter there. We don't want that. So, but that's okay, because we're not going to have that. Yep, anti-normal. And that will move our descending node to very close to our closest approach. And also we want some radial in. Or radial out is actually doing the trick. This one I always forget which one is the positive number, which is the negative number. Okay, so radial in is the negative number. Radial out is positive. And look at this. All right, I'm gonna tweak these handles until we get the closest we can possibly get. It looks like anti-normal is doing the trick. That is an Eeloo encounter right there. Let's focus on Eeloo itself. There we go. Here is our Eeloo periapsis when we get there. Nope. And let's see which handles will actually drop that. That's definitely doing it. Look at that. There we go. So that'll get us a periapsis of about 28,000 kilometers. That's really good. And that is a total of 600 meters per second burn. And that is coming up in 1 year and 60 days. So let's add an alarm for that. Create alarm. We want maneuver, and we're going to name it ScanSat for Eeloo correction burn. And we want to have a 1 hour advance notice on that. This one is so far out there that the precision on that is not really terribly important. We can make tiny adjustments as needed, and that will do. So before we get to that, we're going to have our Eve probe 2 do its transfer burn. We're going to have a launch to Joule, a launch to Duna, and an arrival at Eve. I think this is a maneuver to get our Moho probe 3 back to Moho, hopefully. We're also going to have Val and Bob return in 135 days. Wow, that is actually really coming up. And our new space tug, our new space forklift that we're going to design here is probably going to be very useful for that. All right, yeah, so we've got some stuff happening. Let's then go to Minmus. There's Minmus right there. And yeah, look at that. That's our ScanSat scanning. It's not showing the icon because I've filtered those out. But here is Pork 6 in orbit of Minmus. Let's switch to that. And let's start bringing that home. And let's see. The Probe 2 transfer burn is in 8 days. What's the one after that? Okay, so the Joule transfer window is in 30 days. So the earliest we are allowing ourselves to do a launch is about 14 days, 15 days before the Joule transfer window. So we might not launch until the Joule mission anyway, though. Okay. Although, no, we're going to definitely launch because we're going to launch the Space Forklift in 2 weeks. So let's bring this guy home, these guys. And we need to be on the inside of the planet, on the side where we can see Kerbal. Although being in a polar orbit, a roughly polar orbit, changes that a little bit. So, okay, so we are orbiting this way, so we want to push back that way. So we want to be down here when we do our escape. So let's go ahead and warp right to that. There we go, and let's face prograde. And start the engines. Doesn't take much to escape Minmus. Alright, let's take a look at our projected orbit around Kerbal, and yep, it is dropping. We want to look at our periapsis and drop that to about 150 kilometers, the same altitude as the space station. We're also going to want to do a serious inclination change here. All right, we're within 1,000 kilometers. 800, 700, 6, 500, and 300. All right, there we go. That is really good right there. And we will escape in 2 hours and 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, let's just time warp until we're out. And there we are, outside of the sphere of influence of Minmus. Let's set Arcadia Station as our target. And there's our ascending node right there. So this one, being the farthest away, is where we will be going the slowest. So it will be the most efficient to change our inclination here. So we're going to go, and that is coming up in 5 days. We're going to go there. And we're going to, since it's an ascending node, we're going to burn anti-normal. Let's go ahead and pin that. You can see the precise relative inclination up here, but this is a significantly bigger font. Definitely easier to read on the stream. All right, we're 10 minutes away from the ascending node. All right, 1 minute away. That's perfect. Let's zoom out so we can watch what's happening with our orbit here. So we're going to be burning this way, which will rotate the orbit on its plane, on its inclination. All right, and starting the engines, low thrust. We're also raising our periapsis by doing this, but that's all right. We'll fix that easily enough. That's because we are adding energy to our orbit. $10 degrees. And really gentle for the end of here. All right, 0.08 degree inclination. That is pretty dang good. In fact, we can use our maneuvering thrusters to tweak that even more. 0.002. It's not going to get better than that. But what we do need to do now is point retrograde and lower our apoapsis, which, oh man, how do I pick that out of this mess? Our periapsis, rather. There we go. Periapsis is pinned. And bring that back down. A little much. A little too much. There we go. Perfect. And yeah, we're going to get to our periapsis in 7 days. Our transfer burn for the Eeloo probe is in 2 days. So let's go to that, and then come back to this. So let's add an alarm. Come on, there we go. And we want it to be a periapsis alarm. And it's port 6 periapsis, just PE for periapsis is fine. And we want, yeah, that's in 7 days. Let's do a 1 day advance warning on that. All right, and now let's go to our Eeloo probe 2 and see how it's doing. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we still have communication with this thing. Yes, yes we do. All right. We have a strong signal too. So how come with similar probes we had no signal last time? Well, I guess we are still pretty close to Kerbal, that's why. We haven't gone very far yet. This was launched in the previous launch window, so this thing has been in space for 297 days. And yeah, we're coming up on that. Let's go ahead and... yeah, that'll be perfect. Let's warp to the next alarm. All right, we're there. 5 minutes. Time warp is dropping. All right, delete and close. We are still 1 day away from it because we gave ourselves 1 day of advance notice. And let's just make sure, does this have an encounter if we do this? Yes, it does. Excellent. And this is a 3.3 kilometer per second burn. So let's, first off, let's point the craft towards that maneuver node, using just a very small reaction wheel to do so. So I've sped up the game to 4 times speed, and still we're going this slowly. And there it is there. And this is a mission that we did not use the that mission planner tool, that mission planner website for. All right, center it in on there. There we go, just like that. Beautiful. Okay, so now if we time warp to the maneuver, and that's a 23-minute burn, so we're definitely going to be using some time warp on that. Oh, let's use proper time warp mode. There we go. And that's the way it is with these nuclear engines. Although, we're actually not even on the nuclear engine yet. Yeah, so right here, this little tiny white notch, that's actually a stage change. Yeah, we still have this stage on. Then we're going to be using our atomic motor. So, okay, so we're 15 minutes away from the node. Let's go ahead and start now, because this is going to be less thrust once we get to that. So yeah, let's do it. Though I think this does take that into account, the staging. All right, we're at double time. Things wobbling a little bit as it makes little micro corrections to stay on course. All right, back to regular time as we come up on stage separation. All right, engine cutoff, stage separation, and starting the atomic rocket motor. There we go. I hear a fanfare. We've got Reinfalk36. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. We are sending a couple of probes towards Eeloo today. So this is one that we launched 300 days ago in-game, and it's just now arriving at its correction burn, and we're doing that right now. And we also just launched another probe that will follow it to Eeloo. Okay. Cool rocket, says Reinfalk. Thank you. Got the cool atomic motor on it. Just such a fun engine to use. Yeah, this thing has some decent communications, but the thing we're sending after it has even beefier communications, so I'm hoping that will be enough that we will maintain communications with this throughout its entire journey. And we are a little bit early on the burn, but that is okay. Especially since we're going to be probably throttling way down for the very last bit of the burn for some precision. So let's go ahead, since we're such low thrust, and this is we got 20 minutes left on this burn. Let's go ahead and turn that into 5 real-time minutes by doing 4 times speed. And yeah, this stage still has 10 kilometers per second left in it, and we're gonna have almost 8 kilometers per second left in the atomic stage when we arrive at Eeloo. We've definitely gone for the overkill on this. There's no kill like overkill, I like to say. Yeah, everything is looking good. Let's look at what our orbit is doing. And Reinfalk asking, what do you think about KSP2? I am excited. We were just talking about, I saw the announcement yesterday. I told my wife that the announcement had been made. She said, well, it's been nice knowing you. So my UI looks kind of weird. I saw a screenshot of it. I haven't been looking at all the features super closely. There is a whole lot. I haven't watched the release video yet. It's been a busy time. I've got this coming week I have 2 different orchestra concerts around Halloween. So been working on those, helping with the kiddos and everything. So no, I'm way behind on everything. But I did see the announcement. I didn't watch the announcement video yet, but I will. I did see a screenshot of the UI. It does look weird because it looks different from this. This looks a lot more kind of real world nav ball. And I'm sure there will be a lot of mods as well. I mean, the Nate Simpson is big into playing modded KSP, so that is pretty cool. So I'm really excited to see what mods start showing up. But yeah, it looks like the nav ball and the UI for flight in KSP2 is going to have a whole lot of information packed pretty densely, and I kind of like that actually. But I will wait until I actually try it to really form an opinion. The main thing, I'm really hoping that EVA construction is not so wonky as it is here, because we were trying last week to simply place one docking port in EVA on a ship that we were trying to recover, and not even the ship that we were placing it on, but the ship that we were going to be using to recover it. Every time we went into EVA construction mode, it just started wobbling around and the Kraken would make it explode. So yeah, Generation of the Planets and Moons, says Elric, looks awesome. Yeah. Now this game is definitely a decade old, and was initially created by people who were not experienced in making games, and so the potential for improving on all of that stuff is insane. We need some aliens on lathe. Yeah. Well, I've got the Parallax 2 shaders with the terrain scatter installed on this instance of KSP, and that adds some aliens to Eve, which I actually turned off because I'm not particularly fond of that idea, but Lathe would be fun. Lathe would definitely be fun. We haven't been to Lathe yet in this playthrough, but we are very close to the end game here, or to beginning the end game. The late game, I should say. As soon as we unlock the ability to drill and refine ores into fuel, we're going to start sending fuel refineries everywhere. In fact, the satellite that we just launched towards Eeloo, not this one, but the other one, has all sorts of resource scanners on it. So yeah, we are preparing the infrastructure for our endgame mission, which will be a grand tour of the entire solar system with all the viewer-redeemed Kerbals aboard. Alright, we're almost there. We've got 280 meters per second left in this burn. When we get down to 100 meters per second, I'm going to reduce the game to real time and start throttling down for some precision. And then I'll catch up on chat. All right, let's go ahead and real time. Let's come out here. And look at this. The last 80 meters per second move the orbit that much, because the farther out we get, the more leverage we have. So very soon we're going to have our encounter marked on the map. All right, 50 meters per second to go. 40. 30. And 20. And 10. Okay. That is an encounter right there. So let's focus on Eeloo. And let's pin the periapsis here. And as long as that's dropping, we're going to keep burning. That's 60 megameters. 50 megameters. 30. 20. All right. I want to get nice and close. Okay, now it's going back up. So we're going to leave it right there at about 5 megameters, 5,000 kilometers. And Elric says, the roadmap for the game is something I can't wait for. Yeah. And yeah, that's just the early access that we're getting on the 24th of February. But yeah, the minute it is available to pre-order on Steam, I'm putting down the money. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm incredibly excited for that. And yeah, just as predicted, we have just under 8 kilometers per second left in this stage, 11 kilometers per second left in total. So yeah, as long as we can keep a connection all the way here, we will be good to go. But next, we need to go back to the Pork 6, the Personnel Orbital Rescue Craft 6. Already added it to my wish list, as Elric. Me too. It's at the very top. It's the first listed on my wish list. Awesome. All right, so let's switch back to this, and we can also delete this alarm when we get there. But yeah, we need to bring this back to the space station and do our docking maneuvers, which are very familiar at this point. But yeah, this thing would just shake itself to pieces because of the Kraken and bad physics calculations. I don't know why, but EVA Construction has a completely different physics engine, I think. So it's weird. Let's see. We just need to delete this alarm. Go back to the map view. And here we are descending back towards Kerbin. Yeah, periapsis is in 3 days and 3 hours, so let's first time warp to here. And we already have Arcadia Station as our target. So we need to get to our closest approach and then burn a retrograde. So let's start this thing pointing retrograde. We don't need to be wasting RCS fuel on this. Yeah, 40 minutes until Periapsis, which is basically our closest approach. Did they say anything about multiplayer in the announcement video? Because, again, I haven't watched that yet. But they've been very tight-lipped about how multiplayer is going to work. But they do keep insisting that it will have multiplayer. So I'm very curious exactly how they're going to pull that off smoothly. All right, yeah, intersect 1, let's pin that. And what we want to do is get 2 down there and burn retrograde, and then it'll start recalculating target position at the closest intersect, and that'll come around, and that's what we're hoping for. It's on the roadmap for the upgrades. Oh, okay, so it's on that. Yeah, again, I just glanced at that, nice. But yeah, you can bet we're gonna play the crap out of that game when it comes out. All right, let's go ahead and start our burn. It's going to be a little bit, but then it's going to start recalculating target position at closest approach. Lost our closest approach there. There we go. And yeah, look at our relative inclination. That's about as close as it gets. Okay, yep, that is moving. Very slowly at first. There we go. All right. Gentle burn. Let's get as close an approach as we can get. Let's use the RCS thrusters now to fine-tune this. All right, 580 meters is our closest approach there, and our relative speed will be 484 meters per second. And we have over 2 kilometers per second left. This is a pretty nice vehicle here. And we're going to be there in 1 hour and 40 minutes. So let's finish this orbit. Let's warp to here. All right, and we definitely don't want to overshoot, so we're going to make sure that we start our deceleration early. All right, look at the target. It's 200 kilometers below us, so we're not going to be able to see it even on the HUD yet. And it looks like we might be approaching during the day. Yes. There's Arcadia Station. Oh, there's the sunrise right there. Let's go to target mode. Pointing retrograde. "50 kilometers away." All right, 30. Let's go ahead and slow down a bit. And that is increasing our separation at closest approach. But that is all right. We're going to make a correction on that. But it's very important that we actually slow down some. So let's do that now. All right, 10 kilometers away. Okay, if we burn over here, we're going to be pushing the retrograde marker towards the anti-target marker. And we are slowing down and reducing our separation again. and we are gonna fly past it, unfortunately. Yeah, we're going really fast. All right. Oof. Yeah, that was quite the overshoot. But let's see, if we do another maneuver, one orbit later. Yeah, there was no way we're gonna be slowing down enough there. Position, let's see. Separation. No, I don't want the periapsis. There we go. I want that. Come on. That is not great either. let's delete that. Okay, so let's put another maneuver right here. Oh, come on. This is another thing that I'm really hoping is better in Kerbal Space Program 2 is this user interface right here. All right, how many orbits before we have a really close approach? Probably too many. Oh, yeah, everything is bunched up right there, so I can't actually see. I can't keep pinned the periapsis. So that's in a couple of days. Boo. Dislike. Okay. Let's just come right back down here. And let's give this a shot. Let's eyeball it. We've got the Delta V for this, so all right, separation, intersect. Okay, that's good. I don't think that's gonna do it though. Let's turn around. Yeah, I underestimated how fast we'd be going, coming all the way down from Minmus like that. So we just need to make a little correction this way. There we go. We're getting our close approach again. All right, once again, it is 575 meters, but this time we'll have half the relative speed that we did last time. So this time we'll be okay. All right, and we're coming around in 55 minutes. So let's warp to here. Go to target mode and point retrograde. Yeah, we have plenty of monopropellant, but still, when we don't need to be burning it, I like to turn off the RCS thrusters. And there's the station there, 80 kilometers away. $60. There's another sunrise. 30 kilometers away. Let's slow down a bit. Yeah, we are really widening the gap here. So let's go over here and burn, and that'll tighten it back up. Just a bit. Okay, good. We are now only going 140 meters per second relative to the station. So that's definitely something we can work with. All right, another burn. There we go. Let's see. We have widened the approach considerably there. Which is interesting. Interesting. All right, let's just burn. There we go. Okay, it recalculated it. I was like, that doesn't seem right. That's because it had recalculated our separation. That's much better. There we go. Now we're going to be 460 meters away when we get close. And we're only going 22 meters per second relative to the target, so that is very safe. Let's time warp until we get close. All right, and we're going to get our little lag spike as it loads the station up into the physics engine. There it is right there at 2.25 kilometers. All right, and let's slow down some more. We don't want to make anybody nervous. We're only going very fast through space. All right, and there we can see Arcadia Station up close and in detail. Let's go ahead and come to a complete stop, because yeah, we're coming up underneath it where the fuel is. So we want to go over to, say, this docking port here. Are we too far away to set that as our target? I guess so. All right, that's fine. We're going to control from here and activate the docking port camera. Whoa, that's bright. I'm blinded now. That's better. Come on. I want to point towards the station. All right, so let's aim right here and come up alongside that docking port. Use the maneuvering thrusters to do so. A little bit of the main engines. Cutting the main engine so we don't go too fast. About 2 meters per second is as much as I dare go this close to the station. All right. Course correction. Now that we've matched our orbits, this part is very familiar, and at this point it's easy. All right, set as target. There we go. Now we have our proper docking port as our target. Let's slow down. You can see the plumes from the maneuvering thrusters in front of the docking port camera. All right, and we're making our alignment here. There we go. We are lined up with our docking port and making our final approach. Slow down a little bit more, go about 0.2 meters per second for this. And then the magnets will take care of the final docking, and then we'll get our that'll get us our soft lock, and then our hard lock will come as the clamps take over. And perfect, first try. Excellent. All right, welcome the Warden Kerman and Google Kerman to Arcadia Station. So now that we have rescued both of them, I can actually mark those as complete in the reward requests queue. And yeah, those were both Twiglet. There we go. Yep, the Space Warden and Google Kerman. So we've got Elon Musk, we've got what was it? It was Kefri Bezos, who is serving a sentence of community service. And now we have Google Kerman. So lots of the big tech guys from Twiglet. All right, so we are 15 days away from the Joule transfer window, which means we're right on schedule for our next launch. So let's go to the Space Center and let's design a nuclear space forklift. A new heavy-duty space forklift to replace our old ones, which need to be retired and deorbited. In fact, this thing will probably need to go out and deorbit them, since they're the Space Forklift 2 is kind of stuck without fuel in orbit. So yeah, that's a whole thing. And I need some water, so I'm going to hydrate for free. You're welcome. Delicious. All right, so let's start from scratch. Let's do the Probodobodyne Hex. And the reason we want this one, not the Octo... Oh, Elric with the Boozinate. And the Hydrate. Thank you, Elric. All right, here we go, a Boozinate. Delicious. And Satan says, hello, Dan, just stopping in to say hello. Hello. Hello, Satan. Hope you're having a good day. Here's the Hydrate redeemed by Elric. Thank you very much. And it looks like today my browser sources are cooperating. I wonder if it's because there are fewer people on the internet right now. Life's a bit hectic, says Satan, so won't be on a lot. No worries. I hope things are going well for you. And always good to say hello. But yeah, so the Probodobodyne Hex is the best probe core we have unlocked so far. And the reason I consider it the best is that the stability assist system can do regular stability assist and prograde retrograde hold. We're very close to unlocking an even better one with more settings for that, and we can do an upgrade at that point. But the Octo just does stability assist. It has, I think, bigger reaction wheels. No, smaller ones. Yeah. The Hex is better in every way. So yeah. All right, so we're gonna start with that. Let's slap a couple of batteries on the thing. Big batteries, why not? Let's see, that holds 1,000 electric charge. This holds 200. This holds 400. Yeah, we don't need that much, so let's do that and that. So one on each side of the thing, and let's also put advanced inline stabilizer. That's a big guy, but I like that. In fact, let's do this. Oh, there we go. Let's put this right here, and let's put different batteries on it. Let's put 3 of these. Like that. Okay. And let's see, what did we have on the other tug? For engines, we had 8 of the Twitch engines. So that's 16 kilonewtons times 8. I can do that in my head. Let's see. Times 4 is 64, so 128 kilonewtons. So that's equal to 2 of the 60 kilonewton atomic rocket motors. So if we put 4 of these things on there, we'll have twice the thrust and a whole lot more efficiency. This specific impulse and vacuum is 800 compared to 290. So more than twice the fuel efficiency. Plus, we won't have to carry any oxidizer aboard. We can carry just fuel. So we get twice the fuel capacity efficiency as well as actual usage of the fuel efficiency. If that makes sense. So let's go for fuel tanks next. And I wish I had more options to just convert these bigger tanks to nothing but liquid fuel or nothing but oxidizer. There's a mod that'll let me do that. Maybe I'll install it, but yeah, I hope that we have more procedural parts in Kerbal Space Program 2. That would be fantastic. Let's see, that carries liquid fuel. This carries liquid fuel, quite a bit of it, but it's also huge. Not sure I want that. That one, there's only a liquid fuel and oxidizer option. Wish there was a just liquid fuel option there, but no. Let's see, Mark 1 liquid fuel fuselage is probably what we're going to do. We'll probably do a cluster of these. So if I put one of those in the middle there, let's just see. Putting these on. Just one of them gives me 3.5 kilometers per second of delta V total. We're also going to want to make sure that we have the ability to land this thing and have a claw on it. In fact, we might put the claw on the back. Let's experiment with that idea. Okay. Thinking here. Is this the best way to go? What do we have for structural? Tricoupler, bicoupler, adapters. Those are the only couplers that we've got so far. Let's see, do we have the long modular girder segment? No, not yet. Okay, but what if we do something like this? Let's pull these off. Let's pull that off. And let's put this right here. And let's stack it like that. There we go. And that gives us the same delta V that we had before. We're also going to want to put some monopropellant on there, for sure. And in fact, there's no reason we need these all the way down here. We can lift these like this. And let's take the batteries off for now. And let's try that. And I also am having kind of a crazy idea here. Oh man, if we land like this with the claw on the bottom here and we pick something up that way, we're going to be frying it with a whole bunch of nuclear radioactive plume. So so that's not exactly ideal. So we might want to be able to swivel these things. All right, so what is our thrust to weight ratio on the moon? It's a minimum of 6.8. So this thing could definitely, and very easily, in fact, land on the moon. I think we want these engines to be farther out, maybe even extensible on robotic pistons. So let's try that. Let's get some hydraulic cylinders. P2, 1P4, 3PT. These are big guys. Yeah, those are huge. Let's see. Let's put them in a little bit like that. And can I get these right on? Not really. All right, let's try it this way then. All right, and like that. This is probably very stupid. We'll probably do some simulations on this and see how this performs. But let's see what happens here. If we go... Okay, that's kind of awesome, but I don't think it's ideal. We should probably have our maneuvering thrusters out on arms like that, though. This is hilarious. All right, forget that idea for now. Let's do this like that. Okay. And now let's take these little guys. This one here, the 1P4. Let's see, what is the farthest it can extend? Of course, it doesn't say here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I want. It's got 4 different segments in it. That's why it's 1P4 and not 1P2. So let's go back in for the target extension. Let's put them here. And we'll probably be shifting these according to the center of mass. And let's put some maneuvering thruster blocks on here. Boom, 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 boom. What am I looking for? Okay. Yeah, fuel tanks. Let's do... These carry 20 monopropellant. Let's get something a little bigger than that. 400, 120. Probably this one. Yeah, that one fits nicely on there. Okay. Let's see, where is our current center of mass? It's down there. All right, so we're definitely going to be shifting some things so that we get a nice center of mass. Okay. Maybe what we can do is have an articulating robot arm on it and have this thing able to land. Or we can have a landing version and a non-landing version. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily. But if we do under command and control, these things here have a thruster power of 2 kilonewtons. Those have 1 kilonewton. That one has 0.2. and 0.1. Alright, so we probably want to use multiples of these. Let's see, we want something on here that we can actually attach these to, so let's go back to our fuel tanks. Let's grab these little guys here. Yes. And I force it to go on the node there. Nope, there's no very good node. These parts are like half developed, basically. So I kind of have to just eyeball this. There we go. That looks awesome. Very sci-fi. Okay. And how big are these? Pretty big. There is no good way to do this, is there? What other engines do we have? Let's see. They're the regular monoprop engines. The Puff, I think they're called. I never use that engine. Oh. Yeah, that does 20 kilonewtons, so it's 10 times more powerful than this. But I'm not sure if it can be used properly with the translation controls. I think that's just going to be tied to the main throttle, unfortunately. So let's do something bigger on here. Yeah, fuel tanks. Let's look it straight in the eye. There we go. All right, can we fit these better on here, I'm hoping? Because I want to put multiples on here. That's ugly as anything. All right. And let's rotate that. Like that. Okay. Yeah, this is a little wild here. I bet there's a better surface we can attach these to. Let's try our structural parts. Cubic octagonal strut. Let's see if this helps. And let's start with the thrusters. Oh, that's so much better. Way better. Oh, I heard a totem. Shipwreck, welcome. I'm playing Papa Totem. Wow. Wow, wow, that's just rude. How are you doing today, Shipwreck? And no, I'm afraid you weren't first. That was Elric. Elric was first. He did the first Boozinate, too. Yeah, you're just, you're a distant, like, 6th, I'm afraid. Okay, I like this. Nope, I'm first as Shipwreck. Okay, if you say so. Alright. And let's bring these right together like this. Okay. That is not bad at all. We're designing, Shipwreck, a nuclear-powered space forklift. Let's line that up there. Let's line it up here, then. Can we blow it up? Maybe. We are going to take it on a simulation run. first. So we can blow it up on the simulation run if you'd like. Let's do that. Just for you, Shipwreck. Let's see. There we go. We're putting on the maneuvering thrusters here. And they are being a real pain in my butt. There we go. There we go. And we're giving this thing some serious maneuvering capacity. Oh, derp. Derpy thruster, there we go. That's better. All right, so now we've got 6 kilonewtons of thrust in each of these axes. We definitely also want something on the end here. So let's see how that works. We can't get in there though. We might have to temporarily slide these out of the way. Like this. And Jibrick says, did you know, if you put one lasagna on top of another lasagna, you still only have one lasagna. It's a double-decker lasagna. You know, that's technically true. See, can we not? Nope. Okay, we're gonna have to eyeball this one too. Right there. Dead center. Okay. Slide these back in. There we go. And this one here, let's slide it out, actually. Oh man, can I do... I think so. This thing looks so goofy. I love it. Yeah, let's try something a little bit different, actually. Let's do this. That looks cool. We need to do a little bit of adjustment. A little bit more. Put these in as tightly clustered as possible. All right. Can we get away with clustering them even more? Oh. You don't need to gimbal, so they can share a little bit of a cone structure. Okay, I think that should be fine. It's super goofy. They look like traffic lights. But that will give us some serious torque. Let's see. How much monopropellant does this carry? 480 units. We want it to carry more than that. So let's go back to... We don't need to go back to fuel tanks. I can just copy this. And double that. So now it carries 960 units of monopropellant. Okay, and that brings the center of mass up a little bit as well. So now we have an issue where do we put the actual the docking port. And do we want landing legs? I think we do. Although, let's see. We can do an experiment here. Okay, so we have 6 times 4. We have 24 kilonewtons that we can push with just these maneuvering thrusters alone. So if we do this and reduce these, thrust limiter, okay, so 60, if we want it to be 24, basically about 40%. $96. Now let's see. Yeah, we want it to be less than that. So 10%, is that what will do it? Yeah, 24 kilonewtons. Okay, so on the moon, the maneuvering thrusters will not be enough to for us to land safely. However, they will be on Minmus. Yeah, 1.78 thrust to weight ratio using these, and that's assuming a full tank. So it's actually a little bit better than that. All right, let's turn the thrust limiter back up to full. And I think we do want to actually put some landing legs on this. Let's for now get rid of the center of mass overlay. No, let's put it back on and let's shift these because we want to move that upwards. Like that. There we go. So now these are right at the center of mass. Very good. And let's see, landing legs, we want to go to ground and landing to LT2 landing strut. And that's not enough clearance. So let's go to structural and grab another of these modular girder segments. There we go. Okay, so this thing can land now. And let's also put those inwards a bit. And now at full extension, though, those will give us some serious torque. Let's see, rigid attachment and auto strut to grandparent part. Very nice. Yeah, those are our traffic lights. That's what I'm officially designating those as, is traffic lights. Okay, I like that. Now let's grab this structure that we took off previously. Let's put it right here. So we have some structure in the center of this thing. And we will use this for our docking port attachment. We also need to add some solar panels, and we need to add some antennas. So coupling first, we want the Clampotron docking port right there. Like that. Very good. Let's see, our solar panels, we can do these nice big ones again. Kind of like these. Extend, and they will look like this. And retract. Very good. Okay, now communications. We don't need a ton on this thing. It's not going outside of the Kerbal system, or the Kerbin system rather. But let's put some of these on here. Might be a bit much. Let's do the Communitron 16S actually. Put them here. Let's just put them right here on the outside. Just like that. There we go. So Shipwreck, are you making lasagna for dinner? Is that why lasagna is on your mind? Because lasagna sounds delicious right now. Okay, now we still have the problem of we cannot exactly pick something up on the surface because we need the claw for that. Elric redeemed Boozinate and Hydrate. Thank you, Elric. Let's do that. Let's do the Boozinate, sniped from Shipwreck. And then immediately dilute it with a Hydrate. Thank you, Elric, for looking out for me. All right, let's do an experiment. Let's do a test and see how well this flies so far. Let's call this the Space Forklift 3.0. And save it. And let's first retract those. Extend the landing gear. And let's put it out on the launch pad, and we're going to go ahead and use the cheat menu here. This is a simulation, so success or failure, this gets reverted no matter what. This is not a real launch. Of course, it can't even. I don't think it can even get off the ground on Kerbal. So, all right. Yeah, 0.2 thrust to weight ratio, so there's no way this thing is getting off the ground on Kerbal. But if we do this, open up the console, we can go to set orbit, and by default, it's got a just a barely safe orbit around Kerbal, so let's just click that, and there we go, we are in orbit. Look at that. All right, retract the landing gear. And just using the reaction wheels, we have some pretty good response here. Very nice. Let's extend the solar panels. I'll put those on an action group later, I think. Very good. We're probably going to put some lights on it as well. All right, let's turn on stability assist, and it'll stop. All right, and let's extend these. There we go, our traffic lights are out. Turn on the RCS thrusters. Okay, so one thing I'm noticing right away is that our axes are actually over here. So I'm going to want to rotate the probe core by about 45 degrees. That way we have these on our rotation axes directly. But they work pretty well. They do burn through the monopropellant pretty quick, but if we turn on fine control, then I believe that, I'm not sure if that cuts it in half or to 10%, but let's see, we can test this. Okay, 0.7 units per second are being used. 0.5, okay, so it's a quarter. About a quarter. That's good to know. Yeah, this thing is nice and nimble. And it'll be different when we have some payload attached, but still, this is going to be very good for the payload. And what we can do is make a robot arm module, kind of like our claw module that we've used, that we can just dock onto here, and that will work pretty well. All right, let's see. Yeah, I like this so far. Very good. And just for Shipwreck, let's see. Is he still here? I don't think he's still here. So if I crash this, still. We got 007 redeeming first, but not really. Welcome, 007. You are first. Not really, but you're first. All right, so we're testing. This is a simulation. So we are not on a real launch, but this is our new nuclear-powered space forklift. And in fact, let's activate the engines. There we go. Look at that quad nuclear plume. Beautiful. And our traffic lights. All right, so let's revert to the vehicle assembly building. And let's do some further modifications of this thing. For one, we're going to need a way to attach it to a launch vehicle, so we're going to be attaching something down here. We want some lights on it as well, so let's do that. Yeah, let's do spotlights. Let's put them right on the top here. Like this. And let's do finer control here. There we go. And in fact, let's angle them just a tiny bit outward. There we go. This is another thing I'm hoping for from KSP2 is, I know there's some mods for this, as usual, but some, the ability to actually measure the angles and the distances on these things. Like, I'd love some little readouts for that, and the ability to enter in some numbers into some fields and get some precise control over my engineering. That would be excellent. All right, so there's that. What else do we need? Let's design our robot arm. Right. Before I forget anything else, we need to rotate everything by about 45 degrees. So if we go to this modular girder segment and like this. Okay, so again, I wish we had precise numbers that we could look at, but I think this will do. So we are looking straight down it, and we need to rotate like that. And I think that should do. Save. There we go. Let's should we put lights on the bottom too? I think we should, actually. Maybe just one light on the bottom. And I put it on the girder segment. I'd like to. It appears that I cannot. Okay, so let's actually do 4 lights. Let's put them on the traffic light. Maybe? If it'll let me. Ah, boo. Come on, game. Work with me here. No? No, it doesn't want to. It says, no, Dan. I will not work with you. I refuse. That's alright. Let's put them here. And then let's just move them. Let's slide them down. And let's rotate them point outwards. So these are basically for landing. So if we do land, we're going to want those lights on. Okay, so that's light, that's landing gear is good, our center of mass is good, we've got our docking port on top, we've rotated the thing, let's save again, and let's design our robot arm. So we want, from coupling, we want another Clampotron docking port, and this one we want to point this way. Okay. And, do we want a probe core on it? I don't think so. I think we're fine there. And we're going to... I'm not a particular expert in robotics in this game, or at all, so we're going to manually move the hinges of this robot arm. But first off, what we need is robotic parts. We need the hinges. And let's see, G0, G11... I think this is what we want. Yeah, that looks like a good size. What size is this? Ah, it's tiny. We don't want that. So we want that, and let's go ahead and copy it and place one over there for us to access. And we also want the modular girder segment. Let's put one of those there as well. That way we don't have to keep going over here into different categories. And this will be pretty good. We want it to be able to reach the ground. So if we are looking over here, we want it to be able to reach over here or over here, for example. And that means we're going to need some very fine control over where we land. So that's going to be an interesting test and challenge of both the ship and my flying abilities. So also we want this to be able to rotate. So let's go back to robotic parts and let's see, a rotation servo M12 F12. How big is this? That's a good size. Yeah. Okay, but what about this one? Oh, that's huge. Okay, so also it's 0.88 tons as opposed to 0.14 tons. So yeah, let's do that one. Okay, and that goes on there. And let's go ahead and target angle -90 right there. Copy that. And copy this. Like that. And again, let's go for 90 so we can point downwards. There we go. And let's add one more articulation to it. Oh. Boo. I got rid of my reference part. Okay, and this will give it some reach. Let's do target angle 45 and -45. Okay. We could do pistons on this too. Okay, what if instead of girder segments we do pistons? Let's try that. Okay, let's put that over there. We still have it. And let's go back to robotic parts and let's get a heavier cylinder. There we go. That's a good size. And how much does that weigh? Half a ton. That's a lot. But I think this will be good. Okay, and we want -45. Yeah. And -45. There we go. All right, that is pretty good. We can reach that far and we can pick things up. And we can probably reach it even a little bit farther at that. So now what we want something on the end, maybe with both a docking port and the claw on it. That would be good. So let's retract, reset, retract, reset, and retract, and reset. Okay, so now on the top, what we can do is have, under structural parts, we can do it's 0.15 tons, but it might be the right piece. Nope, it's tiny. It's way smaller than I thought it was. Instead, the octagonal strut? That's a little bit bigger. Or what about modular girder adapter? It's 1/4 of a ton. And it's very large. But it might be just the thing. Let's try this, and for coupling we want the advanced grabbing unit. And we also want a Clampertron docking port. Like right here. Can I get it more on top of this thing? No? There we go. Yep. But it's the wrong way around. That's the right way. Okay, and let's shift it like this. And let's open this up and see if that's going to interfere. It is not. Okay, good. So if I put this here, then we can use that. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, I'm getting some ideas here. All right, instead of this, let's do one more of these. And let's put this on one side. Okay, we're gonna need something here. Dang it. We're spitballing here just a little bit, but we're about to do another test and then an actual launch of this thing. And we're gonna see if there's a good way to fold this up so that it doesn't stick out so far and we don't need such a huge fairing also. So let's go for structural, and let's do... Yeah, this thing's stronger, so let's do this. And on one side we're gonna put this, if it'll let us. Yeah, come on. This game, I swear. Is that centered? Wait, let's try a different attachment mode. Oh, that's better. There we go. There we go. And this one over here. And let's see if we can balance this. It's very close, but not quite. There we go. That is balanced. And if we do, we disarm, then we have that. And what we can do, we can switch which tool we're using like this. Which means we can grab something and then we can move it like this and then use that to dock to the station, for example. So this will not mean that we are limited to either one or the other as far as grabbing something or parking at the station. So at least that is the hope. So here we go. Yeah, this is going to be kind of hilarious to test. All right, let's delete that, and let's delete that. And let's see if we can fold this up so that it is stowed for launch. Let's see, target angle. Let's do -10 degrees. All right, and I'm looking at the torque up here, and I'm trying to get it balanced. Let's also do that. All right, thrust torque is 5.59 kilonewton meters, but if I adjust this, that is about as close as we'll get, and I think I can fine tune it with this. 0.01. Okay, that's as good as it's getting. Look at that. It's a little hook. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's save. Retract the landing gear. We also need to make sure that we can attach it to a launch vehicle, and then we can put it up into space. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, let's see, coupling. What's the tiniest decoupler we've got? It's the TD06, and it looks like it's the right size. Excellent. Okay, that will fit right there. And then if we grab another modular girder segment and slip it in right there like this. We don't want it to hit those engines though, so let's rotate it. There we go. Turn on snapping again. All right, that looks good. That's got some clearance there. And we can add this here, and let's rotate it as well. All right, perfect. Now we've got something so we can put it on the launch vehicle. So let's grab, in our sub-assemblies, we've got the Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle. And we don't need this decoupler though, so let's take the camera with us. Let's put this camera right here. Look at that thing. We are going to need a bigger fairing though, a much bigger fairing. So let's delete the fairing and build a new one. And that still clips just a little bit, so let's go like this. Fat fairing. There we go. So with something that big on the front of this ridiculous looking rocket, that's great. Let's see, body, Kerbal. Oh, we also are going to need a little bit of a boost, so let's put some solid boosters on the sides. And we're going to have to be very careful about our angle of attack. We can't let this thing slide too much or it will flip out of control. So, all right, coupling again. Radial decouplers. Let's just put one on for now and then we'll mirror it. Engines. We don't need anything huge. Those ones are huge. What about this guy? The Thumper. Yeah, let's put the Thumper on there. Okay, I think I've centered it well. Let's lower it here so that when it's decoupled, the torque is here at the top and it rotates away from the spacecraft. And let's add some aerodynamics to the front of it. Perfect. All right, and now we can make 4 of these. Put them right here. That's terrible, Dan. Try again. Right there. There we go. Nailed it. First try. Okay, so these now need to be in the same stage as that. So let's move them here. Put the stage first. Stage numbers count down. Okay, and are these the decouplers? Yes, they are. And now we have a 1.7 thrust to weight ratio at launch. That's actually pretty good. And yeah, this thing will be able to get itself to orbit just fine. Okay, so that's the first stage with the launch clamps and everything. Decouple the boosters, then get rid of the main stage. Second stage, the fairing is next, and then the decoupler inside of the fairing, and then the atomic motors. Excellent. I like it. I'm wondering if we should just stretch that upper stage just a little bit. Nope, we're good. This will be fine. We have 5.5 kilometers per second of delta V, including the bit at the top. But yeah, that should be fine. Let's save it and let's launch it. And I need to hydrate. Man, my voice today, it's going. Nicht bueno. It's raining outside though, so the weather is finally tolerable. It's remained hot, not the crazy hot we got last month, but still. All right. Throttle up, stability assist is on, and let's these are our two cameras. This is looking up at the payload. This is looking down the side of the booster. And we got a night launch, but we've got our nice little spotlights illuminating the craft, so we are good to go. All right, let's turn on our flight recorder. Altitude, acceleration, and dynamic pressure are what we want to track. And let's do this. We are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff. Arcus 2 medium launch vehicle carrying the forklift, Space Forklift 3.0 to Arcadia Station. Vehicle is pitching downrange. Getting that started while we have low dynamic pressure. Go. Point prograde now. And our vehicle is supersonic. Solid motor burnout and a clean separation. And that was also our maximum aerodynamic pressure. Oh, man, look at that plume. Is looking nominal. Next major event will be the main engine cutoff and stage separation. We have MECO, stage separation, second engine start. Looking up into the fairing, and we have fairing separation. You can see the stars out there now. Very cool, and yeah, it is dark. Let's turn on the lights. There we go. All right, it is looking good. There's our hook. That is so cool. All right, let's go to stability assist mode, and let's pitch up to about 15 degrees and set Arcadia Station as our target. And correct for inclination just a little bit. We don't need this anymore. Yeah, we need pitch up more because maybe a little bit aggressive on the gravity turn. But I think we'll be okay. We're pushing our apoapsis up. Hopefully And there's Shipwreck with the Papa Totem. You might get your booms, Shipwreck. I might have underestimated thrust for the first stage. Although, we're about to start pushing Apoapsis away from us, I think. If that number goes up, yep, that number's going up. Okay, we're fine. Sorry, Shipwreck, no booms. Except for the Papa Totem. Need a Kerbal explosion sound. I know! I've been looking and I can't find any ready-to-go Kerbal sounds, so I think I need to just make some of my own. I should do that. All of my game time lately has been working on that and troubleshooting that storage system on the first SMP, which is working great now. But it's going to be hours more of it just sorting through my stuff. I've fed it most of the stuff that I have, and yeah, it's got a lot of work to do. It's digesting all of my Shulker monster. Right? Well, not right now because I'm not online, and I'm not doing any AFK. So just while I'm there. Dan just saying boom, pow, kaboom in a calm voice. How about my NPR voice? Boom, cow, kaboom. It appears that we've had an anomaly on launch. Oh, we've had this engine has run out of fuel, so stage separation. And okay. Why is that not letting go? All right, let's do... No. Shoot! Oh, we had a boom. What boomed? The decoupler. Okay, just the decoupler. Anomaly, says Pete Bangman. Oh, I saw the notification pop up on my screen. You're playing Kerbal too. So were you playing and then you heard the word anomaly and you're like, uh-oh. Again, says Shipwreck. I think we're all right. I can't move that window. That's lame. Yes, nice. Okay, we still have all 4 of our engines, but this is stuck on them. Okay, it's wiggling its way loose. Come on, there we go. All right, there we go. No, let's correct for that. Yeah, that should have had better clearance than that, so... Whoopsie? Yes, Shipwreck. Pete Venkman is my brother. The next one down from me in age. I bet you can't guess our ages based on our usernames, can you? My apologies, Pete. Very rude. All right, we're going to aim for a 150-kilometer apoapsis. All right, so Shipwreck, you got a little bit of a boom, and it didn't even hurt anything, so everyone's happy. There we go. Ghostbusters came out in 1984. That's true. That's true, it did. And Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan came out the year I was born. So did the original Tron movie. So did Metallica. Shipwreck V27 came out in 1985. Why did we lose electric charge? No. Shipwreck, you're gonna get a boom after all. We're already out of electric charge. That should be impossible. Oh, I didn't put the batteries back on. You all babies, says Elric. Shipwreck, we have derped, so you get 2 things that you like. You get 2 things that you like, and one of them is an explosion. Nah, yeah, there's a derp. Derp number 196. But, alright. Here we go. That was this thing's only sunrise. First and last sunrise. All right, we're coming back down. So we're going to need to make an adjustment for this. See if we can make that work a little bit better for the separation. Maybe we just give it a little bit more. I wonder if it got caught. No, it got caught on the engines for sure. So if I just nudge these out just a centimeter or so, we'll be good. You have a cranberry ginger ale. That's such a great combination. That does sound good, actually. All right. Re-entering Kerbin's atmosphere. Our next transfer window is our next launch opportunity is the transfer window for Joule, though. So we can't launch another one of these until a couple weeks after that. Blackberry ginger ale is great too. Yes, accurate. Very accurate. I miss the original Sprite cranberry. The one with the spices in it is decent, but the original Sprite cranberry was just so good. I'd mix it with orange juice. It was excellent. All right, let's just enjoy the sights. And milk and ginger ale. Oh, no, 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 Shipwreck. Shipwreck, you have to go. You're fired. No, no. Gross. You would drink carbonated milk, wouldn't you? All right. Goodbye, Space Forklift 3.0. We hardly knew you. That's a good screenshot there. Gonna have to fire one of our engineers. Whichever one forgot to put the batteries back on. No wonder it ran out of electric charge first. I was like, there's no way. We barely left the launch pad. There's no way we're out of electric charge already. I should have plenty of time for the extending the solar panels. Nope. Chuck Testa. At least there's nobody aboard. Also, I turned on the lights, so you know. I wonder, will it burn up in the atmosphere? It is pretty heavy. Or will it hit the ground? That's a lot of fire. Nothing's melted yet. Come on, you. Explode on me. How fast are we going? 2,300 meters per second. Yeah, we're just now getting into the superior part of the atmosphere, so yeah, there's lots of time for more booms. We're just starting to actually decelerate rather than accelerate. So, aerodynamics are overcoming gravity just a little bit now. So this should get you excited, Shipwreck. The actual release date for Kerbal Space Program 2 has been announced, at least for early access, next year, February 24th. And one thing that game is going to do is the explosions are going to be more varied depending on how much energy is in the explosion. So you hit something harder, it'll be a bigger explosion. If a fuel tank explodes, oh, there we go. the more fuel is in it, the bigger the boom. So there's going to be some nice booms in that game. We're giving the people on the surface quite a show. And I'm impressed this thing is still generally intact, though. How fast are we going? 1,800 meters per second. Dynamic pressure is still rising. Whoa! There goes the robot arm. That's my poop after Taco Bell. Wow, Shipwreck. Wow. And you only do the mild sauce. You gotta get on my level, Shipwreck. Come on, let's get some booms. Yeah, I think this thing's gonna hit the ground. Yeah, we're slowing down pretty fast now. Assuming thinks you said boobs. All right then. This is in fact not the case. All right. And we're gonna splash down. Oh, I was hoping we'd hit like a mountain or something. All right, let's speed this up a bit. Look how the joints wobble around when I speed up the physics. All right, we are gonna hit pretty hard though, so that's something. And it's been obliterated. Well, there's some pieces. There's some structural pieces sinking to the bottom of the ocean. RIP. All right, well, let's go to the Space Center, and let's make our next Joule mission. So I think what we should do is send the same ScanSat. And let's send one, and we'll choose one of the moons when we get there. A small one, whatever the smallest one is. I don't know off the top of my head. In fact, we can look at the planet wiki for that, I think. Although I feel like we should wait until we've actually been there to do that. So yeah, let's do that. Let's close this. And let's first off, let's warp to the next alarm, which is our Joule transfer window. Wow, 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 epilepsy warning. Too late. All right, and let's pull up the planning tool as well. Okay, we're now at year 5, day 348. So let's do this. All right, so there is the relative position of each of the planets. Now our target is Joule. Generate the sequences. It's just a direct one. Oh no, shipwreck had a seizure. RIP. All right, and our earliest departure will be day 348. Hour 2, that works because we're at hour 1.5. And let's do 350. And let's search for the optimal trajectory. And there it is. Okay, so this is going to be a 5 kilometer per second trip once we're in orbit. But our current ship should be able to do that just fine. So let's take this down. Delete and close. And let's see, wait, when did it say that we should leave? Day 349, so one more day, which makes sense because we put 1 day advance notice into the alarm. Perfect. So let's pull this up, rename our ScanSat Supreme, named for Supreme Doom. And we're going to launch one towards Joule. And again, having multiple of these on their way places with extra antennas on them, I'm hoping will help boost our communications network. So let's see. ScanSat Supreme. This one's named 4 for Eeloo. Now we're going to rename it to 5 Joule. Whoa, caps. There we go. Save, and then let's delete the previous one. There we go. This is our new current operational ScanSat. And we don't need to make any more changes. We've got these big solar panels and these big antennas on it, all the scanning equipment we could want. Let's roll this out to the pad. And I need some water. So I'm going to give a free hydrate. You're welcome. Dilute the boozinates. There we go. All right, so what we want to do now is, let's see, we are going outwards in the solar system, so we do want to launch at midnight. But we want to launch at midnight tomorrow, basically, because if we look again at this, it says departure date, ideal departure date is day 349 of year 5 at 1:37 a.m. So that is in 6 hours, because a day on Kerbal is 6 hours long. So let's do this. Okay. Now it's day 349. Right now. Perfect. All right, stability assist is on, throttle is up. We don't need that. Waiting for the wobbling to stop. There we go. All right, let's, we've been enjoying this view today. Let's do a different view. Let's pull out our camera tools. Target self, set position. Let's watch from our favorite spot on top of the VAB. Right, let's watch right there. Nice view right there. Okay. All right, and we are go for, wait, we need the flight recorder up. We don't need it, but I like it. So altitude, acceleration, dynamic pressure. Here we go. We're go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and liftoff of ScanSat Supreme number 5, bound for Joule. Oh, and there's a boozinate. Thank you, Shipwreck. As we launch, we're gonna booze. Don't drink and fly spaceships, kids. Look at that. Nice shot of the moon right there. Thank you, Shipwreck. Vehicle is pitching downrange. I'm not worrying about a very aggressive gravity turn. We're supersonic. And a stretch. Okay, I'm keeping one hand on the keyboard, but I'm stretching. Here we go. Wait, what I can do is this. Prograde. All right, both hands are on the ceiling. And feet are on the floor. We've passed maximum aerodynamic pressure. Ah, the spine's feeling great. Shipwreck trying his best to make the spaceship crash. All right, we are coming up on solid motor burnout. SRB burnout and separation. Excellent. Sherry says, hey, I thought Princess was gonna stream. Yeah, maybe. Eventually. That was loud. Yeah, that sound doesn't seem to honor any sound settings, no matter what. All right, we are in space and we're coming up on main engine cutoff. We have MECO and stage separation, second engine start, and fairing separation. We're going to go ahead and cut off that engine. We can close this as well. And let's go ahead and coast to our Appalax. You got me doing it. And there was a ghast. The apoapsis. And let's watch this. Yeah, we have plenty of electric charge, which we did not on the other one. I better not forget to put those batteries on. All right, extend solar panel. Extend solar panel. Since uh-oh, you didn't spawn-proof the shipwreck. Oh no! Space is not spawn-proof. I've made a terrible error. I didn't spawn-proof the roof of space. Alright, coming up on apoapsis. Let's point this thing back towards prograde. Very good. All right, and let's get a little bit closer to it. Maybe 15 seconds to apoapsis, and we're going to start the second engine again. All right, second engine start number 2. We can speed up the game to double time while we get ourselves in orbit. And meanwhile, let's go to the map view and let's zoom out and let's orient it the same as the planner, which it basically already is. Okay, like that. So we're going to meet Jewel right about here. So that's what we want. We're going to just keep burning prograde. So we're going to burn at 0 degrees pitch. And we're going to get our escape. And yeah, we're going to aim for right about here. What's for dinner today, Dan? Says Shipwreck. I do not know. I'm not sure we have a dinner plan yet. Are you having lasagna? Is that why you were thinking about lasagna before? All right, we have a safe orbit, and we're about to get our escape. I'm watching our apoapsis climb right here. Ah, you ordered pizza. So if you stack a bunch of pizzas, Shipwreck, do you have a lasagna? Let's also zoom in. I do want to make sure that we're not going to have any issues with the moon or Minmus. Pizza sandwich. Pizza's already a sandwich. It's an open-faced sandwich. It's also a pasta. All right, we're going to be fine. It's also a taco, an Italian taco. At least I say so. All right. We are going to need to separate stages. There we go. We've run out of fuel for this stage. Let's separate and start the atomic rocket. There we go. No more engine gibbling. Whatever you say, pineapple lovers, Sister Brick. Hey, guess what? My kids like pineapple on their pizza too. More like a tostada, says Alric. Yeah, tostada is basically a flat taco. And there's Kirkshanks with the sunglasses from Shipwreck, of course. I wish you could permanently unlock an altered emote. That would be nice. Pineapple belongs on pizza, says Pete Megman. That's right, it sure does. Pineapple is delicious on pizza. Alright, let's speed up the game. We can go 4 times speed. There we go. Bans Pete Venkman. Very rude. So let's see. / ban shipwreck V27 / require mandatory pineapple. Alright, we're good. Alright, we're just going to get our apoapsis to Jewel. Let's set Jewel as our target. So yeah, these two markers are going to come together. Let's go ahead and pin that one now. There's the shout out for pizza. I was waiting for it. As is tradition. Man, one of these days, it's going to be hilarious if my phone buzzes, I look at it, and it's a notification from Twitch that pizza just started streaming. That would be incredible. I hope it happens. Okay, let's slow down to real time here. As we get our approach, let's go ahead and... Whoa, there we go. Ah, that was an encounter with a different planet. But we're past it. So this is going to be following very closely behind our Eeloo probe, our Eeloo ScanSat. And look at that. We don't even need a mid-course adjustment for this. Let's see though. What does our planner suggest? It does suggest a maneuver. Let me get it where I can actually interact with it too. There we go. Kerbal Jewel Deep Space Maneuver. It's just a little guy. Mostly a minor inclination change. Look at that. It's so far out there that it is really, let's take that down, really flickering and changing its mind of where my approach is. So let's add a maneuver. Where does this want it? Right inside of Drez's orbit. So right about there. In fact, it says at 251 days into the mission is where it recommends. So right about here, let's add that maneuver, and let's focus our camera on Jewel. There we go. And let's look at our periapsis here. And let's see what we can do to bring it closer. That works. And so does that. So prograde and anti-normal are doing the trick. What about radial? What will that do? That's helping a little bit. Oh, there's a shout out for the Princess Me. That is my wife. Has never streamed on Twitch before, but might in the future. All right, we're bringing this periapsis down as much as possible. Okay, that's pretty good. So 500 kilometers. That's going to be pretty good. You're her only follower. You know, I should follow her. I'm going to do that right now, actually. Let's see. And follow. There we go. Nice. I wonder if she even has notifications set up on her phone for that. Okay, so yeah, that is a tiny maneuver, just 96 meters per second, and it's coming up in 251 days. Let's add an alarm for it. Create alarm, we want one for maneuver, and this is Jewel, let's see, yeah, ScanSat 5, Jewel Correction Burn. And let's give ourselves one hour is fine. We don't need a lot of notice on this. It's not, the precision is not very important here. All right, and add the alarm. There we go. Yeah, we got ScanSat 3, 4, and 5 on their way to their destinations right now. Okay, and our next, our next launch is going to be Duna, actually. Let's send the same probe to Duna. So we're gonna have to wait for the next launch of a nuclear space forklift, but I think we can do this. You just wrote first chatter in her chat. Wow, that's rude. Rude. Well, I'm gonna get the first founder badge once she starts streaming and as an affiliate. So take that. All right, let's go to the Space Center. Oh, that's hilarious. You're fired, Shipwreck. You're fired. Oh, and my boost cam is not plugged in, so it's down to 20% battery. That's okay. It'll last, I think. Derp ad. Derp ad. I'm not going to argue with my mod, but please will you explain why I got a derp ad? Threatening the mods. Oh. Let's also check mission control real quick. New service outpost on the moon. Tourists, meh. Fix a rover, meh. Rescue, that's fine. Science data from the surface of the moon. Yeah, let's do that. That's easy. Do a complex scan with a rover arm of Wrinkle Ridge, which is on where? Moho. Nah. All right, we're good. Let's go to our Duna transfer window. So let's warp to the next one. 197 derps. Wow. Oh, I gave Shipwreck another seizure. Another seizure. Seizure salad. There you go. It's a disaster. A seizure salad to go with your pizza. All right. And let's go to the KSP planner again. And I need to bring up the window for me as well. There we go. So now we're at year 5, day 365. We're moving forward today. We're making lots of progress today. And our target is Duna. And between streams, I'm going to set up the next set of launch windows as well. So, okay, generate sequences. There we go. And earliest departure needs to be day 365. And latest departure can be day 367. That works. Lunch windows. Always about food. I approve. Okay, so yep, this is very cheap. Only 1,600 meters per second burn, or burns once we're in orbit. And it wants us to leave on day 366. At midnight 30. So that's easy enough to do. Let's do that. Okay, so let's pull this down. Departure date, yeah, 0:30. All right, delete and close. And let's time warp until tomorrow. Right there. Okay, this is our launch window. So now let's go into the vehicle assembly building. Our lunch window. Have that seizure salad for lunch. And let's change this to ScanSat Supreme 6. Destination is Duna. Save. Let's delete the previous one. Yeah, oh, that's the auto-saved one. Okay, we don't need to do that. We just need to do, there it is. Delete. There we go. All right, and let's roll this one out to the lunch pad. And now I am hungry again. Oh, wow, we're getting a freeze warning. Is it actually going to get below freezing here? That's exciting. Gonna have to unhook my my garden hose so it doesn't pop any pipes. We've had that happen before. Okay, here we go. Oh, and we're getting a render issue on those. That's all right. Not a big deal. Let's do this again from the same launch viewing site as before, this time for a daytime launch. And let's see, set position right here. And Chipper says, I swear Maurice has some kind of bot that puts him into any stream that he follows. He's everywhere. Yeah, he either has that, or he just keeps tabs open everywhere. But yeah, even when I'm offline, it's Chatterino, not a bot. Interesting. Hello, Maurice. Say his name and he appears. Welcome, Maurice. It's good to see you here. I've noticed that, though. Maurice is always here, which is awesome. Even when I'm offline. So what is Chatterino, though? I'm not familiar with that. That's interesting. And actually, no, let's watch the launch from over here. Yeah, the scatter is being rendered oddly right now. That's a render bug. All right. Gross. Let's not watch from there. Clear position, set position with click. Let's watch from here. Oh, that's better. Way better. I'm gonna have to look that up. Sounds like it might be useful. Okay. All right. We need our flight recorder up. Altitude, acceleration, dynamic pressure. And throttle's up. Stability assist is on. And we are go for launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of ScanSat Supreme 6, headed for Duna. The vehicle is pitching downrange. Shipwreck has a new strategy. He's saving the boozinates for in the middle of launches. All right, vehicle is supersonic. Thank you, Shipwreck. All right, let's just point prograde now. And we've also reached maximum aerodynamic pressure.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yay! Amazing. All right, next will be solid rocket motor burnout. All right, we have SRB burnout and separation. I do indeed, Shipwreck, say yay at the same time as the alert. Most of the times, yes. Yay! I thought I could hear you, says Shipwreck. Yep. All right, we are in space. Coming up on main engine cutoff. We have MECO, stage separation, and second engine start. And fairing separation. All right, we're going to shut down the second engine now. And let's go ahead and we can close this. And let's coast to, let's time warp to Apoapsis. There we go. All right, and now let's go ahead and point back towards prograde while we extend our solar panels. There we go. And we'll go ahead and start the engine, and the engine gimbaling, yep, that'll pop us right in the direction that we want to go. All right, and let's go ahead and speed up the game as well. And let's also orient the map to match planning tool, which means we're going to be wanting it right about here. Yeah, just like that. And so we're going to reach Duna right about there. And we're putting plenty of stuff into low carbon orbit for Kefri Bezos to take care of. I'm gonna have to have him do some stuff between streams, I think. All right, second engine shut down, stage separation, and atomic motor is burning. All right, let's watch our orbit and make sure that we don't run into any of these. Okay, looks like we're fine. We're going to miss the moon and Minmus. So now we're just gonna watch this right here. And it's too far already. Yeah, we've overshot. Wow, okay. Let's turn around. Whoopsie. Yeah, we've done 3 launches in a row towards very far away planets, and I overestimated how far we'd have to go to get to Duna. Wow, wow. Okay. But this might actually mean we get a quicker approach, which I'm okay with. We've got lots of Delta V to play with, so I'm not worried about this. Yeah, right here at the ascending node is where the mission planner is predicting we'll reach. But I actually don't need it to be an equatorial approach, so in fact, since this is a scanning satellite, polar orbit will be ideal. So if we reach Duna at a significant inclination, that is actually good. All right, closest approach is getting closer. And we are at 4 times speed. Now, we wasted some Delta V there, unfortunately, but we should have plenty, I hope. Fingers crossed. We have 10 kilometers per second left of Delta V, so yeah, I'm actually not worried, but I've been not worried before, and it's been an issue. Okay, so let's stop there. And where does this suggest that we put our deep space maneuver? I'll need to pull the window up for myself as well. There we go. So Kerbal Duna deep space maneuver at 60 days into the mission. And it's just a tiny one. Okay. Ours is going to be a little bit bigger, I think. But let's see, about 60 days in puts us here, right here. So let's add a maneuver there, and let's just tweak this a little bit. Is this not set as our target? There we go. I don't know why it unset our target. That was a little weird. Yeah, we're deviating from the mission plan just a little bit, but it's actually going to be better in the long run, I think. Let's see, yeah, we have a very low relative inclination, so just 0.06 degrees. Okay, we've just about got it. So close. Duna's gravity is pretty low, so we have to get way closer than we do to Joule. But there it is. That is a Duna approach. Let's look at our Duna periapsis here. And let's get it lower. That is dropping it. Good. All right, that will do. Okay, so that's a 961 meter per second burn, and it's coming up in 60 days. So let's add an alarm for maneuver. And this is ScanSat 6 Duna correction burn. And let's give ourselves 1 hour of advance notice for this alarm and add. There we go. So yeah, we are coming up on an Eve probe arrival in 19 days. So that's what we're going to start next stream with. But we have time. If we go 14 more days, we can actually launch. We can try launching our Space Forklift again. Or we can save that for next time. Do we want to? Let's do that. Let's go right to the Eve probe arrival. We've got 10 minutes. Let's arrive at Eve. Oh, you know what? I left this up for that whole burn. Sorry guys, you didn't get to see that. But we're good. All right, first off, let's see if we even have control over this Eve probe. We probably do, but let's check. Let's check in with this probe. And yep, we have a great signal. Fantastic. Yeah, we got this nice big antenna on the front. And we've got a bigger lander than before too. And we have nearly 8 kilometers per second of delta V remaining. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and time warp to this probe arrival. And then we'll end the stream with arriving at Duna, or at Eve, and attempting to land, and we'll start next stream with another attempt to launch the newly designed nuclear space forklift. So yeah, let's go ahead and warp to next, and this will take us to just outside of Eve's sphere of influence. There's Eve, here it comes. Close that. All right, we're dropping out of time warp. Delete and close. Okay, so this is the third time we've attempted to get something in orbit of Eve and land on Eve. I don't think we have anything in orbit of Eve. Let's double check. We do actually. Okay, we have something in orbit of Eve, but it's not the orbit we wanted. Okay, there's our Eve encounter. It's coming up in just under 1 day, so let's go warp to here. And it's just slowly getting closer. We are approaching this pink orb. Pete Bangman says, "This is not the orbit you're looking for." Nope. We want to get in a specific orbit for a contract. Alright, we're dropping out of time warp here. We're now in Eve's sphere of influence. Time warp is complete. Okay, so what we need to do, let's look at our contracts. So, where is it? Position a satellite in a tundra orbit around Eve. So we've got these criteria for our Eve orbit, and it's not showing it in this map view, I don't think. But that's unfortunate. Can we not show it? I'd like to show it, but oh well. It's okay. But yeah, our inclination is 116.6 degrees, so a little bit retrograde. Very highly eccentric. And we need to get our argument of periapsis and longitude of the ascending node just right. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we're up to it. First, let's get our capture orbit. So it's 3 days to our periapsis. What's our next alarm is ScanSat 6 Duna correction burn. Okay, yeah, we got, you know what, next stream we might see Val and Bob again. That's very possible. That's exciting. All right, let's warp to here. Let's also turn on, okay, there's the orbit. Okay, we just needed to get closer. That's our target orbit right there. So first off, let's go ahead and point retrograde from here and get our capture orbit. That is crucial. All right, we've started the engines. Speed up the game a little bit so we don't have to be so patient for these very low thrust, high efficiency engines. Okay. There's our capture orbit right there. And it is a long orbit. Let's see. Is there any science we can do right now? While we're out here. All the science is on the lander, which doesn't have any thrusters of its own, so we're going to have to be very careful with that. We need to use this thruster to get the lander where it needs to go. So let's go ahead and extend that antenna. Actually, no, let's not extend that antenna because I'm going to forget to retract it and it's going to snap off when we're in reentry, assuming we get a reentry. But let's see. Atmosphere analysis does need an atmosphere to run. Science Junior, let's wait until we're on the surface for that. We have other science experiments, don't we? Okay, mystery goo. Yes, we have 2 mystery goos. Let's do 1 now. But there's no new science we can get from that, so we'll reset that. We want that on the surface then. Okay, I think we've already done our high in space over the Explodium Sea. Wow, our high in space science. But okay, let's look at the map. We need to change our inclination drastically. Like, a lot. So if we add a maneuver, and do this, we don't want to escape. I think we can do it. So we've made it into orbit around Eve. So what we're going to do next stream, Shipwreck Redeemed Booznate. All right, Shipwreck, since we're ending the stream, I'm going to do a mega Booznate, and I'm going to stretch while I do it. Here we go. There it is. And the hands are on the ceiling. Super Booznate, yep. All right, thank you, Shipwreck. That's a good way to end it. So yeah, we can do this time. I think we can do it. So what we're going to do next stream, we're going to adjust this thing's orbit. We're going to launch another attempt at the nuclear space forklift. Shipwreck Redeemed stream for 2 more hours. Oh, but Shipwreck, I need to watch the kiddos so that my wife can make Halloween costumes. I'm having a blast. I would love to stream for 2 more hours, but no, we need Halloween costumes. So we're gonna do that. So yeah, we're gonna get this orbit. We're gonna complete this contract finally, and we're going to attempt to land on Eve. We're going to try again to launch the Space Forklift. I'm going to put batteries on it right now, right after I end the stream. And we're also going to be, let's see, I'm going to set up the launch windows, the next set of launch windows. Come on, stay open. There we go. We're going to be looking at these two, and we will almost certainly be seeing Val and Bob make their attempt to return next week. So that's been a long time coming. That's exciting. But yeah, that's going to be great. And thank you everyone for joining. Let's see if there's anyone I know streaming right now. Let's see. We got some Minecrafters. Is there anyone I know doing a space game? Otherwise, we'll do a Minecrafter. I'm going to go on my phone for a more thorough list. Oh, N9 is streaming. Let's raid N9. He's playing Kerbal Space Program, and he is fantastic. Actually, no, he's playing Grounded. I don't know that game. Kaylee is live. Yes, let's do Kaylee. Let's do Kaylee. She drew the cats. Let's do Kaylee. If N9 was playing Kerbal, I would definitely be doing that, but let's do Kaylee. Good point. All right. Grounded is a cool game. I've never heard of it. I'm gonna have to look it up. All right, I'm gonna start the raid, and here is the raid message right here. If you're subscribed, copy the whole thing. Otherwise, just copy the part in the middle between where it says Dan Bear 4 Totem. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Monday for more Minecraft from the first SMP, and on Wednesday for possibly the end of Hard Space Shipbreaker, and next week for all these exciting events in Kerbal. All right, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.